Hello, Chiefs Kingdom! Welcome back to another exciting edition of Chiefs Chronicle, your home for everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we all know that as long as Patrick Mahomes is under center, this team is in the safest hands imaginable. Since 2018, he's been the heartbeat of this franchise, guiding us to multiple Super Bowl appearances and rewriting the record books on his way to becoming one of the greatest quarterbacks the NFL has ever seen. But let's be real for a second. As impossible as it feels right now, the day will eventually come when Mahomes is no longer the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. It may be years down the road, but general managers have to think about the long game. That's what keeps great franchises like ours at the top of the mountain. And while we didn't select a quarterback in the 2025 NFL Draft, for good reason, it doesn't mean the front office isn't quietly scouting the next generation. Today, we're diving into an interesting topic: 3 quarterback prospects the Chiefs should absolutely have on their radar for the 2026 NFL Draft. These players weren't part of this year's class, but their performances, development, and draft stock over the coming season could shape the next phase of this dynasty's future. So let's break it down. Number 1, Cade Klubnik, the quarterback of Clemson Tigers. Cade Klubnik comes into this conversation as the highest-ranked quarterback on Daniel Flick's list, sitting at number 3 overall. Klubnik is no stranger to attention. Coming out of Clemson, he has the kind of resume that screams first-round talent. And if the Chiefs continue to dominate the regular season, finishing with a late-round pick, Klubnik might be just out of reach, but that doesn't mean he should be off the radar. Last season, Klubnik threw for 3,639 yards with 308 completions. He added an impressive 36 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. That type of production shows not only talent, but also consistency and decision-making, qualities any team would value at quarterback. At 6 feet 2 inches and 210 pounds, he has solid size and a strong presence in the pocket. What sets Klubnik apart is his versatility. He's experienced in the option game and has taken snaps under center, making him a fit for a variety of systems. Daniel Flick pointed out that how early Klubnik is drafted will come down to whether he can take another step forward in 2025. If he replicates or even builds upon his 2024 numbers, don't be surprised if he cements himself as a top 5 pick. And while it might take some wheeling and dealing, the Chiefs should keep tabs on him just in case the board breaks a certain way. Number 2, Miller Moss, the quarterback of Louisville. Flick ranks Moss as the 9th best quarterback prospect heading into the 2026 NFL Draft. Why does that matter for Kansas City? Because Moss might still be on the board late in the first or even in the second round. A much more achievable target for a perennial playoff team like the Chiefs. Now here's where it gets interesting. Moss transferred to Louisville after spending last season at USC. At USC, he threw for 2,555 yards on 233 completions, which isn't eye-popping, but is certainly respectable. The key with Moss isn't necessarily raw stats, but rather what he puts on tape. Daniel Flick notes that Moss doesn't have elite arm strength or athleticism, but he's solid in both areas. What separates him is his ball placement, often above average and impressive, especially in tight windows. That level of accuracy and field awareness could fit seamlessly into Andy Reid's offensive system, where precision and timing are everything. There's another layer to this connection, too. The Chiefs just drafted Louisville defensive end Ashton Gallott this year, so it's clear they've been scouting that program. If Moss continues to evolve at Louisville, Kansas City might already have eyes on him. He could be a mid to late round gem who develops into something special behind Mahomes. Number 3, Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback of Baylor Bears. The Sawyer Robertson rounds out Daniel Flick's top 10 quarterback rankings. Unlike Klubnik and Moss, Robertson isn't as proven yet, but that also means there's serious potential for him to rise through the ranks if he delivers in 2025. Robertson hasn't had a ton of starting experience, which is probably why he's not ranked higher. But this upcoming season will be his first full campaign as Baylor's primary starter. And it could be a breakout year. If he seizes that opportunity, we could be looking at one of the biggest risers in the 2026 draft class. Accuracy has been a mixed bag for Robertson. Flick notes that he sometimes throws to the wrong side of his receiver's leverage, opening opportunities for defenders. However, when he's locked in, Robertson has displayed pinpoint placement over the middle, the kind of trait that can't be taught. And let's be honest, with the right coaching and development, those kinds of raw tools can become polished assets. For the Chiefs, Robertson represents a potential sleeper pick. If Kansas City wants to draft a developmental quarterback who can sit behind Mahomes and learn, Robertson could be a low-risk, high-reward option. It all hinges on how he performs as the unquestioned starter this year. Keep an eye on him. So, what does all of this mean for Chiefs Kingdom? First off, let's be clear. Patrick Mahomes isn't going anywhere anytime soon. He's in his prime, his contract is locked in, and the team continues to build around him. But planning for the future is what great franchises do. That doesn't mean replacing your star quarterback. It means preparing for any eventuality. Injuries happen, contracts expire. The NFL moves fast. By keeping tabs on prospects like Klubnik, Moss, and Robertson, the Chiefs are simply being smart. Whether it's for depth, development, or long-term insurance, having a plan in place is what separates consistent contenders from teams that fade. Right now, the quarterback room behind Mahomes features veteran Blaine Gabbert and developmental players like Chris Oladokun. It's solid, but not necessarily built for the future. Bringing in a young quarterback in next year's draft, even if it's just to learn and grow behind the best in the business, could be the move that extends this dynasty even further. As always, time will tell how things shake out. But the seeds of tomorrow's success are planted today. Whether it's a big name like Klubnik, a balanced talent like Moss, or a rising underdog like Robertson, the Chiefs should keep their eyes wide open as the 2025 college football season gets underway. That's all for today's episode of Chiefs Chronicle. If you enjoyed the breakdown and want to stay updated on all things Chiefs, from Mahomes magic to future draft targets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a beat from the kingdom. Thanks for watching, Chiefs fans. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, go Chiefs.